Hello, this is Ellen from Crafty Ellen H, and today I'm going to show you how to make this see-through shaker card made for some odd girl. So grab something to drink and watch how I made it. So the first thing you need to do for making this see-through shaker card is to have a front and a back side panel with the same window. So what I did, I first die cutted a little frame, and in that frame I die cutted my heart. And when I had that first panel, I die cutted again that same frame, put it underneath and put the die where it was placed the first time. Then I draw with a pencil where I did die cut the first panel heart, and then I'm just going to put that again through my die cutting machine, and this is how you got like the panel with the same the heart at the same place actually. So you have a beautiful front and back side. And because I want to make a scene, I also die cutted some hills and some grass. And I'm going to use some distress ink to fill that in. So I'm going to use tumbled glass, I think. No, first I'm going to show you the green. So I'm going to use mowed lawn and citrus twisted. Then I'm going to use blues, and on these blues I used peacock feathers, faded jeans and tumbled glass, or something like that. So here you can see me using a blending tool to create these backgrounds, and I really love to make my own backgrounds just because that makes it so much more fun to create things. So making your own background is for me it's more creative. And I forgot to tell you, but you can also use another way to have the same front and back side panel. You can of course die cut two papers at the same moment. It's in your die cutting machine, so you have the perfect back and front side. And I think if you have a cameo cutter or something like that, something electronic that cuts your things you can draw on your computer, it's even more easy to get these similar fronts and back sides. So these are just random ideas. So this is my background panel. Now I'm going to start onto the coloring of my two girlfriends. So this digi is called Girlfriends Kaylee and May, and I really love them because they are so cute together, and I think it's perfect to just give a card like this to your best friend just for nothing. I think it doesn't really need a sentiment, because in the beginning I was thinking I'm going to use a sentiment on this card, but at the end I didn't. And I think it's just perfect to give something like this to your friends, or just for nothing. I think you can use it for a lot of things. Anyway, I'm going to color them. I'm not going to say which colors that I use for my Copics to color them in, because I think that's not the essence of this movie. I really wanted to show you how I made this card and not go in every detail, because I sometimes think people follow these ideas too much, and I think it's more fun to be creative and to explain you some techniques that I used, or how I did something, but not specifically going so deeply in it, because let go your creativity. Anyway, I really, with the blues and the greens, I really love pink, and I really love these bright colors, so I want to color them in like a pinky bluish colors that are fitting perfectly with the scene, because I think it's so bright and it makes just the card pop a little bit more. So that's what I did. Yeah. I used also some black and grays because that are beautiful neutral colors that go well with the rest of the colors, of course. After coloring the images, I like to spice up the background a little bit more, and I'm going to use the little star from Angel Gwen, the clear stem from Somewhat Girl, and with some first fine ink, I'm going to put some stars on the background. And first I'm going to use some gold embossing powder on it, and when I emboss it with gold embossing powder, I'm doing the same steps again but with white embossing powder, and that just, I think, more fun to do. And I didn't do that straight away when I made that background, and that's just because you have to wait till the ink really dry, because otherwise you're going to have some problems with your embossing powder, because your embossing powder can stick on your backside or your paper. So when the ink isn't dry, that's what happens. So sometimes it's interesting to do first another step before moving on. So when the stars all are heated up, it's time for my final part. And here I was thinking I wanted to use the sentiment pour toujours, and pour toujours means in French forever, and it's from the Frenchy Gwen stem set from Somewhat Girl, also the clear stem set. And I really love this sentiment and this stem set, but at the end I ain't going to use the sentiment because it didn't really fit on the scene, and I thought it really didn't need this. So that's why at the end I didn't use it. And here I'm a little bit in front of the camera, but what I do is I have this cool tool where you can make these shaker parts in it, and it glues down the paper, and it's called a fuse tool. So I fuse every side except but one, because we want to, if it's a shaker card, we want some items in there. So I have like this tiny little I don't know how it's called in English, but little glass things, where I have like this clear little balls in it, and also some gold ones. And I thought it was fun because I used these white and gold stars, so that's why I use these colors. I'm just measuring if it's all well done, and after I'm happy with it, I am watching everything, and I'm starting to want to glue everything down. You can see I like to put first everything on place before I'm going to glue everything down. So here you can see me doing that. and I'm thinking about the sentiment. Should I do it? Should I not? But I ain't going to use it at the end. And I'm pretty much like it without the sentiment. Maybe I will use it on the backside, I don't know. And then what I did, because you know, when you color with Copic, sometimes when you use Copic paper, it really absorbs the color, but that means that the color at the back side of your paper is you can see all these colors. So what I also did, I used like a little bit of paper to put it on the back side of these girls, with just cutting around and glue it down a little bit with ink or glue that doesn't stick very well on it, and then just go over it with the scissors and you have it. So that's it for today. I hope you liked this little video instructions, and of course be sure to put down some ideas what you like us to show you, or just some comments, because we really like to read them. And see you on the next Movie Monday or on the Summit Girl blog. Bye bye!